morning, my brothers and sisters. On this episode number 156 of the Good Morning Guys podcast. Thank you so much for joining us on this fine morning, afternoon, evening, or night as we continue discussing the game of life amidst the other games we love to watch and to play. I am one of your four hosts, the judge, jury, and executioner of ants, bats, rats, and any other creatures that try to invade my home uninvited, Lucas Ham Swisher. Also with me, who is puppy cornered to me, the second of the Katra members of our squad, the unpossible uncle extraordinaire and Hades Grand Master, spoilers, Patrick Novacell.
Hey, can I get a hi?
No.
Not yet. On his left and my right, the man with volleyball in his heart, Rocket League and Diamond Rank on his brain, and knockback wings in his old stomacho, Ronnie Joe. Wait. Oh, oops. Never mind. Apparently, he's being a square today. And then last, but not least.
Because he's not around.
The fourth member of the GMG Quadfecta, the fact-dropping beast of the South who can sing you to sleep with his sultry voice in 3 lyrics or less, Marc Boucher.
That's nice. That's real nice.
You should make a tape. I think you can make a killing.
Yeah,
make a tape.
Three lyrics, and I'm already asleep.
And you should just make it like, I want to buy these, and then each song is different things you want to buy, but it's to a different genre of music. Like
Marc
it's rap.
Boucher, the Enya of
metal.
podcasting.
That's
So
right.
you're like sugar cereal box, and then you're sleeping.
Sounds good to me. I like it. All right, guys. So we got hit with a curveball. Ronnie, the fourth member of the Quadfecta that's not with us, he's got work stuff going on. Ron Wasserman, we just got our wires crossed, and he's not going to be able to make it tonight. So it's just the three of us. We can make it if we try. Just the three of us.
You
Pat,
and
Marc,
I.
and I. Well, it can't be if it's the three of us, Marc. It can't be you and I. Then that
But
means one of
you
us
can
has
be
multiple
plural.
personalities.
Yeah, I was going to say the collective you.
You and I's? Wait.
No, you and I.
Oh, use guys and I.
Y'all and I.
Y'all and I. That's the country version. Just the three of us. Y'all and I. All right, so why don't we get into updates?
Yeah.
And since since we're just throwing curveballs, I'm just gonna go first. Sound good?
Ooh, we got some baseball stories.
Yeah, I do not have any baseball stories. I do have some kind of sports stories. Kinda? Yeah, not
I'll
really.
take it.
It's
I'll take it.
video game stories where you play sports in the video game. Does
I don't
that
know.
count?
There's a report that just came out that people who play video games burn more calories than you do when you're working out.
I had to believe it. I mean,
I'm sure
it depends on
that
the
makes no
game,
sense.
but I can
Yeah.
believe it. If you get really into it, like you're just like, you die over and over again, and you don't beat that last level or whatever, that last boss.
Yeah.
I could see it. I can see it.
So I'm going at it all wrong by walking more. I just need to play video games
Play more video games. Play more difficult video games.
Intense video games.
So
play
you
like
need to play
Fatal Frame
Dark-
horror games. That's gonna scare the bejesus out of you.
Or Dark Souls, and it's gonna frustrate you till like you start
throw the
throwing stuff.
controller.
Like you pick up a medicine ball and you throw it across your house until then it comes back to you later eventually.
And you're accidentally working out. See
Yeah.
what gaming does?
Exactly. It's a smart way to be.
That's the way to save the world right there.
So, baseball's not a thing here. Sorry. But soccer is. And our dog, Rayla, she is a natural goalie. We played this kind of doggy in the middle, monkey in the middle game the other day with the kids and I, and we laughed so hard. We were kicking the ball, and the dog will, she will squat down to the ground and just kind of wait like a predator. And when you kick it, she will literally jump in the air and grab it with her mouth. Like,
Really?
catch it.
Oh.
Yeah, like it's incredible. Today I kicked the ball, and I probably had the ball up to my shoulder in the air, like going past her. She jumped up and grabbed it like a shark. It was sweet. I was like, we need to get you in the next Air Bud movie.
Yes.
Air Rayla.
Rayla.
That's how they're gonna. That's how we'll call for her the whole movie. Be like, wait, let me get my dog. Rayla.
Yeah.
It'll be
And then
perfect.
just like a rainbow pops up, and there's your dog.
Yeah. And then she just comes prancing down.
Mm-hmm.
In other dog news, she lost a canine tooth the other
Oh,
day. And like, it's a
doing the
big
same
tooth.
sporting activities?
No, this is different. She was just playing tug with James, and James like kind of freaked out because the canine teeth, even as puppies, their canine teeth are pretty big. Like it just fell to the floor, and Rayla's like, I don't know what to do with that, and she was very confused. And then an hour later, Natasha lost a tooth. She
She
lost her
felt so
last.
bad for
She felt
Rayla.
so bad. It was sympathy tooth lossage. I don't know
That's
if
a
there's a
thing.
word for that. That's a
Look
real
it up.
thing. Look it up. Yep. WebMD.
Never WebMD yourself.
Never ever. It's very dangerous. You'll have all the symptoms by the end.
No, it's
Uh,
like I have cancer. I'm dying. I died yesterday.
oh no. Thank you, WebMD. But yeah, so but that was her last non-molar baby tooth. I don't know if that's like if
Do
that's early, late.
dogs lose their teeth?
Oh yeah, they all fall out. Like
Oh
right
man, I
now.
thought.
Yeah, not at the
Whoa.
same time. That would be
Oh,
different.
yeah.
But
No,
What is happening?
I can't chew my food.
Well,
But
looks
it's
like
separate
you're on the
times,
wet
yes.
food now.
Yep. We had to blend it in the blender and just pour it.
No, I didn't know that. I didn't know they lost
Just
their
links
teeth.
it up.
Their teeth.
Yeah, they do. And man, when the new teeth come in, they are as white as a ghost. Like it is super white teeth. And they as they start like creeping out, like their bodies aren't yet like when they're little, their teeth are sharp and puppy sized, but
Mhm.
when they're growing, their adult teeth come in and then their teeth are too big for their mouths and they just look like jaws. Like they have so
Oh,
many
no.
teeth and it's like you look very dangerous now. So yeah, it's good times. No.
Hmm.
Let's see what else has been going on. Oh, James and I have been playing video game sports, and we've definitely been burning some calories because my son cannot keep his cool. He gets so panicky. He gets so frustrated. Like he turns on a dime. 1 second he's like, "I'm in first place." Like we were playing Crash Team Racing, and he was in third place, second place. He was doing a really good job, but we played in a level that was really hard, and all of a sudden he was in eighth place. I was surprised he finished the race. Like he's kind of in that place where he's like, I don't like to lose. And if I lose, I might throw this controller. And I'm just like, James, don't do it. Just put the controller down, walk away. And we he did tonight playing Rocket League. We played hoops. I don't know if you guys have played the basketball
I don't think so.
game type. It's not very easy, but last week James and I caught fire. We won like 2 games in a row, and so we went in tonight playing a game, and he expected us to. I think he expected us to keep dominating, and I'm like, dude, let's just see what happens. And then from the get go, James is like, these guys are good, and I'm like, this is not good for us. We went down 2-0, and James is getting mad. At one point, he just put his controller down and pouted, and I'm like, come on, man, just keep playing with me. It'll be fine.
Yeah.
We get back and we tie it up with 20 seconds left.
Ooh.
20 seconds left. And he's about to score the winning goal and they block it. He puts the controller down and runs out of the room crying. Poor guy.
Oh gosh.
He goes to his room. Tasha picks up the controller. She scores and we win in overtime.
Man, the closer just comes in and
She's like, "You're welcome."
First thing I said, do not tell your brother.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
You cannot tell him what happened. It's between me and you. I saved the replay. I have the video proof of what happened. It was an epic game. Like it was crazy. But then just had to have the, talk with the son and chat with him. So I want to know, since we have some extra time on our hands, when is a time that you can remember losing your cool over like a competition or a game, or you've been around people that took things way too seriously? Like I think competitiveness is not it's not like a laid back quality. Either you have it or you don't. There's no like, I'm kind of competitive. No, you're not. If you're kind of competitive, you're hiding the truth inside and you're dying on the inside. Like me, I am a closet competitor and I just don't let myself care. And I think that all happened. By the way, I'm going to share a story first, just to give you guys time because I threw the story on you without any planning.
Story time.
Yeah.
All right.
But back in college, I played intramural sports, played basketball. I always wanted to play like not professional basketball like Ross, but I wanted to play like an organized basketball, like a part of a team, you know? So I failed in middle school, didn't even try in high school, then got to college and found out about intramurals. And I had friends that liked to play basketball. I was like, you know what, let's play. And we had a guy on the team that was just like, I'm gonna play every position. And if you screw up, I'm gonna take over for you. And it immediately like made me shut down. And I was like, you know what? I don't care. And as soon as I get the ball, I just shoot a three. Or I would just like, I'm gonna pass it to someone who's not a jerk. And like we ended up losing that season and it was bad, but I grew up with kids that were like that, and I have just little to no interest in being a part of that kind of competitiveness. So with James, I'm like really trying. I'm like, okay, I'm your dad. I can't just ditch you. I can't just say, you know what, forget
He's
you.
not my son.
So yeah, I have disowned you for being a poor loser. But no, he's working through it, and we're working through it together. But in general, I don't deal well with competitives. How about you guys?
Yes, I am very competitive. I've always been competitive. And, like early on, I would play this game called All-Star Baseball with my brother. Or no, it was a Frank Thomas Big Hurt Baseball.
Yeah, Big Hurt Baseball. I'm like, Frank
Yeah.
Hurt. That sounds
Yeah,
like
that's
something
not
I know.
even close. I was
Frank
putting it all
Thomas.
together.
Frank
Smashed
Thomas
it together.
used to be my favorite baseball player. I cheered
And
for the White Sox only because of him.
yeah, he's a big guy.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would play my brother, and he would always win, and I was, I'm a year or two younger than him, so he was a little bit better than me, and he would always beat me, and like first pitch he would hit a home run, and I'm like throwing the controller. I broke a few Sega Genesis controllers because I couldn't hold my cool. Did that in baseball. I was arguing with the umpire for balls and strikes, and he struck me out on a ball that hit the dirt before it hit the plate. And I didn't even swing. I just stood there, and he called it a strike, and it struck me out. So I yelled at him, and I threw my bat. And when you throw a bat, you got to make sure that it's not towards anyone.
Oh
no.
no!
And I threw it towards my teammate. And because I was so frustrated, I didn't even look. And you can whip those bats.
Oh yeah.
You just whip it,
They
and
get that momentum going, that
yeah,
inertia.
and it's just like twirling like a helicopter, just. And it went towards my teammate, and my teammate ducked. And at that point, I'm like, oh crap, whoops. I didn't mean to, but I'm still mad. I don't want to own up to what I just did, so I'm going to stay mad. And so I obviously had to talk with my dad after that. And then later in middle school, when I was playing basketball, I'm 6'2" in middle school. Like I have not grown. I had a huge growth spurt when I was young, and so I was always the center in basketball, and I was always playing against the other tall guys. And there was this one guy that was just roughing me up all game, and I was roughing him up because I wasn't having any of it. And so he we both back and forth. We had a few points each, but there was a point where he was up at the top of the key and he went to shoot, and I jumped up and I blocked him. Like seriously, like when you see a block, someone just like hands that ball and just pushes it down. Not like a block where you hit the ball like on the other side of the court. Like
right.
I like blocked it, and he held onto it, and I just pushed him down. He fell on his butt, and I stood over him, and I was like, ah. And the ref was like, you're out of here. So and when he threw me out, I tore off my shirt and I threw it at him, and I walked out the door. And I felt like at that point, that was probably the last time that I lost my cool like that, like in sports, because my mom was sitting in the stands when she saw that, and she's like, you're not allowed to do that. So I was grounded for a couple weeks because of that.
Yeesh.
But yeah, I do not like to lose. And especially when it's, I don't know, either not my fault or I don't know. I just do not like to. It's a very, very competitive. Always have been.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
But
How about you, Marc?
nowadays I can keep it together.
It's good.
But back when I was little, I could not.
Gotta do it for the
in.
kids.
Not hold it in.
They can't see Red Patrick, Red Ross.
Yeah, they can't. Yeah. He comes out from time to time.
Yeah.
All right, kids. Now we're going from one end of the spectrum to the complete other end of the spectrum, because I am not competitive at all. I don't one of the major reasons why I don't play sports is because I don't like competition. I almost get like embarrassed by it just because of the attitudes that people show when they get competitive, and not just like the anger, but like they just get really like rude and all in your face about it.
Mm-hmm.
And I have a hard time with that. That's just not my personality, and it borderline embarrasses me. Like I have to kind of withdraw myself. Now, video games. I mean, there have been plenty of times where I've lost my cool. To this day, my dad will always talk to me. He'll come up to me and kind of taunt me and say, "What the heck?" Because that's my catchphrase for every time I lose. Every time I die or lose in a game, "What the heck?" Which I still do from time to time.
Yep.
I've kind of changed it up over the years, but yeah, I have a hard time when I die and when I lose. I mean, ultimately, I deal with it just because my win to loss ratio is kind of like higher in the loss section, so I just kind of deal with it. Yeah, there have been plenty of times where I've screamed and yelled at a video game or something like that, or I've been too loud. My wife actually showed me this video. She's like, it's a TikTok video, and she's like, "This is us," and it's this video of this lady. She's like, I don't know if she's putting makeup on or if she's like trimming underneath her, like trimming her upper lip or something like that.
Those are two very different things.
No, but yeah, I know. But she's doing something with her face, and she's like pretending to look in the mirror, and all of a sudden you hear this like in the background this very loud scream, and she stops for a moment, and then just continues what she's doing. And she's like, "This is you and me with video games. I'm upstairs just doing nothing, and all of a sudden I'll hear you yelling at the TV, and I just keep going and doing my business and everything." And I'm like, "Oh yeah." So I definitely.
I'll tell you what. I have a silent competition that I have with myself, but really it's with Jared Orr. I try to get a platinum before he does. I thought I was gonna get the Hades. I was 1 hour too late in getting the Hades platinum before he did.
I should have stayed up to 5 a.m. instead of 4 a.m. every night.
Exactly. I could have done it. But instead I played Apex twice in those 2 weeks.
What?
Dang you, Justin.
Why in the world did you play Apex?
Gosh.
Yep. It's Justin's fault. Way to go, Justin. You ruined Patrick's.
It's my own. It's like it's a video game competition, really, with myself. Because I mean, we're both gonna get the platinum. We're both having fun, but I just want to get it before he does. I think there was one time, I don't know, it might have been a year ago. I can't remember what game it was, and I was like, "Hey, I got the platinum. Must be the first one." And Jared slides in. He's like, "I got it yesterday." I'm like, "You son of a gun!" I thought I won.
That's hilarious.
Now I've had plenty of friends that have gone like way over the deep end. I've lost several controllers because of friends that got so angry at video games that they threw my controller to the ground and
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah. I've lost an N64 controller that way.
It's no bueno.
Yeah.
No bueno.
Did they replace it?
I think they did. Yeah, I think I remember him replacing it. Yeah.
Good friends.
But yeah, he busted it up pretty good. Now, granted, those N64 controllers are actually pretty resilient.
They're like Nokia phones.
Yeah, basically. Um, but it took a few throws to the ground. Um,
Yeah.
but no, generally, like I don't generally throw stuff. I kind of recognize my threshold now, where I'm like, okay, I
Take a
just need to
break,
turn it off,
walk away.
walk away.
Mm.
Yep. Yeah, that's good. That's a good place to be in. You want to learn how to do that. And I know that for me, most of the time now, I'm just competitive with myself.
Yeah.
There were times where I was like competitive, like about platinums.
Hmm.
I remember do you guys remember when Married to the Games did that platinum trophy
Yeah.
competition
Yeah,
in May of like
that was part of the
2015?
forums. The forum.
Yeah, we were in the
Yeah, I
forums.
was not in the forum, so I was not a part of
Wow.
that.
Yeah. And I don't remember. I want to say I got like fifth place or fourth place, or I don't know, but that's when I really got competitive with platinums. And there for a while, I had a few friends, like just random people that I was like neck and neck with. But now that Chris and I have invested in baby platinum games all this year, I just blew them away. So now I've not looked back, and I'm just in a competition with myself. It's not really a competition. I just like getting the platinums, and it's no longer because there's always somebody like when you look at there's guys out there and girls out there that
Yeah.
have like 1,000 some platinums. Like I don't know if you guys have seen I can't remember the guy's name off the top of my head, but the number one platinum guy in the world. It's ridiculous, like the amount of platinums he gets. Um, and so you just see somebody with that much, and it's like my
Oh yeah, here
200
it
something
is.
platinums
Rough
is no
Rough
big deal.
Dog 4.
Yeah,
He
Rough
has
Dog for yes,
3,688.
yeah. It's like his day job or night job,
Goodness.
or I don't even understand how someone is capable of doing that, but he's done it, and he's held. I think there was like 1 or 2 weeks. He said, "You know what? I'm not really gonna. I'm done holding this lead." And then I think he reneged on it. It was just like, you know what? Uh, I want to be number one forever. So he just keeps on going on, keeps on getting those platinums. He plays some. You think guys think I play obscure games? He plays crazy games.
He's got games. I'm looking at his trophy list right now. He's got games that are not in English,
That's
and
correct.
he's
They're in
got games that are in
Japanese.
English.
Yeah.
He's got games that where he platinumed several times.
Yes. Like multi stacks, region stacks. It's nuts. Yeah. But yeah. So there you go.
Too much
Competitiveness.
time on
I
my
think we got a
hands.
pretty wide spectrum here, where
Yep.
Mark's like won't touch it with a 10-foot pole. Patrick's like I'll eat you for breakfast, and I'm like I'll think about it. Sometimes I will, sometimes I won't. I'll weigh my options.
Mm-hmm.
So who wants
So
to go
back to
next?
your update, or is your update over?
Oh, that's it.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. All right.
My last update. I'm gonna save till Patrick gives his update
Hmm.
because he has the floor when it
I
comes to
kind of okay. So I'm going to
this.
transition into mine
Yeah, let's just go to yours.
about the competitiveness.
Yeah.
So earlier this year, Claire was in soccer, and
Right. I remember you talking about that.
I saw people pushing, and the refs not saying anything, and I'm yelling, and I'm like, oh man, I'm that parent right now. I'm getting all fired up, and
What
so
have I become?
yeah, I know. So I now have that in the back of my mind, and Clark started soccer now for his first game. He he had one practice. He was supposed to have 5 practices. 4 of them got rained out. So he
Oh,
had one
geez.
practice in his first year of playing soccer ever, and now he's got a game.
That's crazy.
So I'm like, I'm just gonna sit down. I'm gonna sit here in the sun, and I'm not gonna say a word. So the whole game, I'm like, hey, good job, guys. Way to go, guys. Good job. And I was like, these kids are 7. They're not little. They're not older. They're not pushing around. They just want to go after the ball. So yeah, he was Clark. He was. It was like 95 degrees, and it was straight sun, like no wind,
Ooh,
and it
Wow.
was really really
No,
bad.
thank you.
Like they took like multiple water breaks for the kids, which was smart. They're not out there just running around. We're not trying to win World Cups here.
Yeah.
They're trying to learn the game. So that was kind of nice. Um, And then he played probably maybe half the game, and he was totally fine with that because he's like opposite of me. He's not competitive. He's a softie. He's a really good kid, and he doesn't want to like push anyone. Like if someone was coming after him, he'll step out of the way. Like, no, buddy,
you
buddy,
take the ball.
You gotta kick it. You gotta kick it, buddy. But it's okay. So it'd be interesting to see once he gets more practice and sees where he needs to go. I told him 3 things. I was like, be aggressive, go after the ball, and have fun. And he did all 3. He was smiling. He was running around. He went after the ball. He didn't just stand in one spot. So I was happy with his performance because it's his first game. He'll learn as he goes along. I'm not going to give him all these things he needs to do on his first game because he's going to not even understand what I'm saying. So I'll just give him like one extra thing probably every game. Like, okay, now that he knows where he's supposed to be, let's stay in your like square. So you're not running around the entire field,
ball chasing,
getting tired so much when you can just sit in your spot and just kind of wait for the ball to come to you. And that's when you'll be able to make something happen. So that was fun seeing him out there for the first time, first sport he's done. Unfortunately, it's soccer. I'm not really a big soccer fan, big baseball, football, basketball, hockey, all that stuff. But soccer is my least favorite sport, but he enjoys it.
Good.
On the gaming front, so on this past week, I played Hades, and I've been the past 2 weeks played Hades so much. Multiple late nights. 75 hours it took me. I got the platinum. I was really, really excited. This game is in my top 5 all time. I'll need to go re-look at my list again. I could not put this game down. And I finally popped the platinum and I turned off the game. And for 2 days, I could not play another game. Like I had Ghost of Tsushima, I have Avengers, I have my Star Wars Squadrons game, I have all these other games that are sitting there on my system waiting to be played, and I didn't want to play any of them. I was like in like this weird gaming hole where nothing looked good. Nothing.
Hades hole in your heart.
The Hades was so good, riding high on this amazing game, one of the best games of all time for me. And after I finished that, I'm like, really, nothing really compares to this. So I was just like in my library on my PlayStation, just looking. I turned on the Xbox and I was like, I don't want to even like Psychonauts 2. I want to play that game, but I had no desire to play it because it wasn't Hades. So I was like, you know what? I'll just lay down and I'll watch some movies. I rewatched iRobot with Will Smith.
Classic.
Nice.
I rewatched Moneyball, and then my wife and we watched this new Netflix movie called He's All That.
Oh my gosh.
It is like the, I don't know, spiritual sequel to She's All That from the 90s.
Yeah.
So the lead character is one of the guys from Cobra Kai show on Netflix. And it's just this movie. If you don't know anything about this movie, it's a high school movie. And in the middle of the movie, because we're watching a movie about high school kids, I looked at Mel and I was like, is it weird that we're 20 years removed from high school and we're still watching high school movies? She's like, this is my zone. Like I love all of these movies.
That's hilarious.
When you know, you know.
And I watch, and I will watch like the quote unquote chick flicks with Mel. I watch like the 10 Things I Hate About You, How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days, Can't Hardly Wait. All the movies that she likes. I will watch them, and they're kind of like my secret. I don't know what do they call that when you
guilty pleasure.
Guilty pleasure. Yeah. It was totally they're totally guilty pleasures.
100% with you there.
Yeah. Do you guys have the guilty pleasures on your side of like TV shows or movies that aren't your like prototypical Lucas? These are the things you like. Is there something out of the ordinary that you like?
So This is kind of connected to you and like what you're talking about watching movies with your wife. I don't watch movies by myself. So when I'm by myself, I play video games, I read, I take naps. That's about it.
Naps are good.
And during this past year, Mindy had watched had watched a movie called to All the Boys I Loved, and it's on Netflix. And she watched the first one, and then the second one was coming out, and she's like, "I want to watch this with you because I think you might like it." And so I watched To All the Boys I Loved, and then I watched To All the Boys I Loved Too, and I thought they were fantastic. and then this year we got all giddy and we watched To All the Boys I Loved 3.
Oh, no, there's 3 of them.
There's 3 of them. It's a book series actually.
Oh,
and
wow.
it's really wholesome. It's really like about faithful friendship, about like it's not anything like some of the other ones like Kissing Booth, which Mindy has watched on her own, thankfully has not made me watch. She's told me the synopsis of them, like my version of going onto Wikipedia, and I'm like, don't want to watch that. But I cannot tell you enough that if you don't watch a lot of movies with your spouse, To All the Boys I Loved is a good one to watch with your spouse. So I recommend that. It's actually got some good message, some good heart to it. It's not sleazy or high schooly. I mean, it has the high school moments, of course, but I think it's done very tastefully, like very, very well done. So
Okay.
that's a few examples of recent ones. But oh man, I love a bunch of rom-coms, and Mindy I sometimes like to play off like I don't really like it, or I'm like, I guess if you want to watch it, I'll watch it with you. But like,
And you're over there in the
I'm
corner, like crying at the sad part.
Like,
You're like,
tears coming down my face.
This movie sucks.
Can you believe he said that to her? Like when you mentioned How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days, I love that movie. When they play bullcrap with the family, and like just have that moment where where their relationship flips and they actually start falling in love. Like I just love that. Like that just hits the romance side of me. That is just like, you know what? I don't care.
If we ranked
what you think,
all chick flicks, all the romantic comedies,
dude, that would be.
How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days is number 1.
Yeah, you think it's number 1
on my list?
Right.
Now,
I need to see a
sounds like
list.
we have to make a list for this, but
I think we do.
It is. If it's not number 1, it is number 1.
Well, we're gonna have to we have to lay it all out. I mean, I can't just speak out of a vacuum.
I think we do.
We do, Mark. Bonus episode, me and Patrick. We're gonna lay out all the rom-com.
Y'all can be all in that.
Because I know there's other stuff that I've watched with Mindy that I'm like, man, that's good. I like that. But I can't. I'm not good at just. I'm like, you got to give me options. It's just like when Mindy's like, what do we need? What do we need from the grocery store? I'm like, I don't know. Let me look in the refrigerator. Let me look in the cabinets. I can't just pick food out of thin air. Like I have no idea what.
Oh man, I'm like, whenever Mel says, "Hey, I'm going to Kroger. What do you want?" I was like, just whatever you get, I'll eat. I don't care. I'm not picky. I'll eat it all.
Yeah. But anywho, yes, I'm all down for that. The chick flicks.
Yes.
The rom-coms.
Mm-hmm.
So Mark, tell
if you had the option, would you watch A Walk to Remember or The Notebook?
Oh, I would watch The Notebook.
Oh, it's the worst. It's the worst movie.
No, it's got the
It
old
makes
people.
you cry for 3 hours.
I know, but it's
so sad.
When I proposed to Mindy, that's like.
But
what do you want?
It's a Nicholas Sparks book. Like that's.
Dude, that's another one.
That's
Guilty
like par
pleasure.
for the
Nicholas
course.
Sparks. I could rank the
Sparks.
Nicholas Sparks movies.
Oh, like I know I'm going to go in there, and I know I'm going to be crying.
Have you watched The Best of Me? Oh my gosh.
Ooh, which one's that one?
That's the one with the new James T. Kirk, the actor that plays
Chris Pine.
Kirk. Or who?
Chris Pine.
Yes, Chris Pine. Oh man.
Is it Nicholas Sparks?
Yeah, it's Nicholas Sparks.
Okay, probably. I've probably seen it.
It's called The Best of Me, and then there's another one called The Last Ride.
Oh yes, another.
Ride.
Gosh, they all make you want to cry.
Dude, the ending of that
do it.
is like
Can't do it.
Oof, it's good. It's good.
I'm just gonna sit here and be super thankful that my wife does not watch chick flicks
Kristen!
at all.
Come on,
So
Kristen.
glad she's not into that.
Make him do it.
Although I have seen The Notebook. No, I guess a guilty pleasure for me. YouTube is basically our cable here. Like we don't have cable, but we basically check out all sorts of different YouTube videos. And with YouTube, a lot of times you go down the rabbit hole, and there's some weird spots on YouTube.
Yeah.
There are
Some weird corners on YouTube.
for sure.
So I like to watch. There are these. They're basically like there's one channel called Top Fives, and it's all like really weird stories, like real true stories, like top five, last footage of people before they disappeared, or
Sounds like Unsolved Mysteries.
yeah, almost.
It's gonna give me nightmares.
but it's real. And then there's like one that's
Hey,
like,
Unsolved Mysteries is real.
no, I'm saying like
Nope.
It's a fake show. It was satire. What are you
Fake
doing?
show.
like there isn't like staged recreations of
Oh, I gotcha. Yeah, but that's
yeah.
that's part of the magic.
yeah.
Just watching the recreation.
Ugh.
But like
Rescue 911.
Rescue 911 was the worst. I had nightmares when I was a kid watching that. Oh,
that and the Unsolved Mysteries theme songs creep me
Yeah.
out to this
Oh
day.
yeah, for sure.
That's Rescue 911. But
beautiful.
Oh, it's good. I'm about to fall asleep. Your sultry voice.
The free lyrics are last.
If you or someone you know. But yeah, like weird videos of like the strange and odd things that supposedly happened in our world, and like yeah, like top fives. There's a YouTuber named Chills that does like they're almost like scary stories, supposedly real stories.
Yeah.
Not necessarily like ghost stories or some things like that, but just strange situations that people found themselves in.
Speaking of ghosts, so I came out of my gaming funk
Ooh.
and I played Ghost of Tsushima.
You're
Of
welcome.
Tsushima. Of Tushi.
Yeah,
Ghost of
Tsushima.
Tushima.
Tsushima.
Tosha. It's Tsushima.
Tsushima.
Ghost of Tsushima. Huh.
Yeah. So I got that on from GameFly, and so I put it in, booted it up, and I immediately did not remember how to fight.
Oh
Like,
gosh,
I
that's
rem-
got to be awful.
I remember like just owning enemies by the time I got to the final boss in the base game. So, and they don't give you like any kind of tutorial like, hey,
Figure it out. You're a samurai.
Yeah, I
you
know.
better man up.
Whatever. So I had to look at the controls for a while,
Right.
and I started doing some things, and then I lost all of my items. Like you have like smoke bombs and you have your kunai, and so I was like, oops. So I quit the game and reloaded it so I could have it all back.
Oh, you used them all up. I gotcha. I was like, wait, how did you lose them? Like
Yeah.
I can't find my throwing stars.
But it was a really, really good story, like really good. I played for maybe 5 hours and I beat it. I did some of the side quests.
Now you're talking about Iki Island, right?
Yeah,
The expansion.
Ikishima.
Ikishima, yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, that's the expansion that I played. They have the kind of same collectibles. You find instead of fox dens or like monkey dens of
Monkey
sorts.
cupboards.
Yeah,
Going to monkey cupboards? What?
Don't
it's like
they have
the whole-
tigers too, right? Or some kind of
Oh
cat?
my.
Yeah, it's some kind of cat. Yep. But I did a couple of those. I was like, you know what? I don't really care about this. I already got the platinum. I'm gonna do some other things. One of the side missions is there's like 5 of them, and you learn the backstory of you and your father when you were young.
Oh,
And
okay,
it
cool.
was really cool. You like take control of you of you when you're young, so it was kind of cool seeing like the backstory, which
Yeah.
gave a little bit more depth to the story.
Nice.
So I really, really enjoyed that. It's not long. I think probably if I went after the collectibles, maybe 10 hours, maybe just, multiply that by 2. I played for 5 hours, maybe.
I think that's what the developer said. It was around 10 hours of
Oh,
content.
really? Okay. So,
Yeah.
Interesting.
So good.
I may need to
good.
get to that.
yeah,
Yep.
it was cool. I really enjoyed that.
I think I have to buy
Nice.
the upgrade though, like because you have
Oh, it's like if you already have it, which I do, it was like $30
to. Oh.
just to get it, and I was like, this isn't worth $30,
Hmm.
because of the length. It already put a ton of time into that game, so
Yeah.
I was already over it. I just wanted to play the story and then move on to the next.
Yeah,
game.
You
because I
can-
have it for PS4.
You can double plat that, right? Like it pops the PS5 platinums.
Yeah, it does. So
That's what I'm talking
I did
about.
not
Putting
know
that
it
on the
did.
list.
Yeah, I did not know it did that. So when I booted it up, it says if you wanted to transfer your save. Like, I
Of
don't
course.
Think, yeah. So
Transfer.
I transferred my save, and it was all done really seamlessly. And as soon as I started the game, the trophy started to pop, and the platinum trophy didn't pop. I'm like, huh. So I didn't look at the trophy list first. I played a little bit, and I was like, you know what? I don't think I saw the trophy pop. So I went to the trophies, and all it is, there's one trophy that you need to do. Takes like 2 seconds to do, and I got the platinum. So it's really easy platinum. I kind of liked that. I wish it made me do more of the trophies to get the platinum. I really wish a lot of games did that, where they do an expansion and they add trophies.
Yeah.
Like for
They
Avengers,
can do it. It happens.
Yeah, like for Avengers, all the storied expansions, add more trophies to it.
Yeah.
Give me some additional trophies.
Minecraft has like 140 trophies at this point. Like
Rocket League has like 3,000 points.
No, it doesn't. It has 86. I've got 86 or 87. I know because I've gotten them all.
But that's just another like in-game, kind of thing to get. So
incentive. It incentivizes you
it's
to
just carrot on the stick.
Stuff.
Even if there's not
exactly.
even if there's not a platinum, just give me something else to go after. Because
oh man, a double platinum though, that'd be sweet.
No, I don't know. It doesn't.
Maybe
just add trophies. Just add some bronze.
I think it's
silver,
fine to
maybe
add
gold.
trophies. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
But yeah, that's pretty much it. So I'm back on the game train. Gonna play Avengers this week.
Choo choo.
That was so weird. You just said back on the game train, and literally the train that's right by my house just went.
Oh really?
See, are we live?
Yeah.
Are they listening?
Synchronized?
Yeah, I guess.
They
know.
Yeah. Who knew we had train conductors listening to the show, and they were with us the whole time? They're like, "Yep, choo choo."
Amazing.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
But that's it for me.
Nice.
Marcus.
Yeah.
Nothing eventful happened this week. No big deal. No particular day that was special.
Oh yes.
Look at
Are
you.
you sure?
I think you're fibbing.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, this week's been pretty good. Obviously, yesterday was my birthday.
Happy belated birthday, my friend.
Thank you very
Jinx.
much. Pinch poke, yum me a coke.
Pinch poke?
Yeah.
Yeah, yo me a Coke. You haven't heard that one?
No, I've heard 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Buy me a Coke. I've never heard pinch poke.
That's
Do you
interesting.
pinch people?
They do some weird
Yeah.
things up in
Up in the
Ohio.
north.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah,
hey, I can count
Ohio's-
to
I
10,
can't
buy
say
me a
anything because
Coke.
I'm in the northeast.
Those
so
Buckeyes are weird.
I don't know. It's
the-
candy Buckeyes with the
And the Virginias,
chocolate
we
and peanut butter.
in the Virginias and the I guess New England, we pinch and poke people, and
Yep.
then they give us a Coke.
we're violent like that.
Yeah.
Yep. Pinch poke,
Interesting.
yummy coke.
Pinch poke. I'm looking it up. I don't believe you.
You're gonna look it up. I can verify that it's real. So it doesn't matter what
Lucas
Google tells you.
fact.
That's right. It's a ham fact.
Ham fact. But yeah, so this weekend was very much birthday weekend, not just for
Yeah.
myself, because my dad's birthday is the day before mine.
That's right.
Yeah, so I can never forget his birthday. But unfortunately, I didn't get to see him on his birthday or my birthday technically.
Aw.
Because Saturday I wasn't feeling too well, so I didn't end up seeing him. But Sunday Obviously, went to church. They sang "Happy Birthday" for me, or to me, in church, which it's kind of weird being up on the platform, and you just kind of have to stand there and just let them
and stare at people while they sing
just
to you.
let them sing "Happy Birthday."
It's like, sing to me.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah.
The birthday wishes are wonderful. But no, it was very nice of them to acknowledge my birthday, and I got a birthday card from the worship team, which was awesome. And then initially, the plan was that my birthday present was going to be getting a new phone. I was going to be getting an iPhone. But it turns out Verizon does not let you. Typically, you can trade in after a year, because I've had this phone for a year. After a year, if you have an iPhone, you can trade and upgrade to a new iPhone. Well, apparently Samsung doesn't do that. So, yeah. So I did not get to trade in my phone.
Bummer.
Because, like I said, I've only paid a year off of it. So it's like, yeah, if you want to upgrade, it's like $600. I was like, nope, I'm good.
$600.
Yeah, because my phone is technically, I think it's like an $1,100 phone.
Oh man, buy a console, buy the old Steam Deck. I don't know.
Well, I mean, it's on a device agreement, so I'm paying monthly for it. But yeah, so obviously that didn't happen. So I'm having to rethink my birthday present, which I haven't determined yet. I didn't have a plan B, much like tonight's episode didn't have a plan B. But we're making it work anyway. So yeah, so that didn't happen, but went home and chilled out, and then went to dinner with my wife's family. We went to a place called Bootleggers. Bootleggers here in Lynchburg it's like an artisanal burger place. Where it's like
artisanal. What is artisanal?
It's another word
like
for fancy.
Handcrafted
Yeah.
burgers.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, handcrafted. There's different types of burgers you can get that are. Of course, I didn't get a burger because I wasn't.
What?
So my intent was to.
Did you get chicken fingers?
No, did not get chicken fingers.
Chicken nuggets?
Chicken.
Chicky.
Chip, 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 chip,
Cheep, 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 cheep.
I gotta throw a room reference in there.
Yep.
No chicky nuggies for me. No, I was originally planning on getting a burger, but because I was like not feeling well, it was like stomach type stuff. I'm like, I don't know if I should be eating a burger.
Yeah.
Ended up having a chicken Caesar salad, which was actually really good. But
those are good.
Okay.
But
Yeah,
I've had their
classic.
burgers before, and they are fantastic. And they have revitalized the whole downtown area of Lynchburg. Because when I first moved here back in like 2006, nobody went downtown. It was a complete dump. But this company has basically built up like several restaurants and things like that in the area. So it's completely revitalized the downtown. So where it's like super nice, and there's this long kind of boardwalk area where you can walk along, and there's shops and things like that, and it's really great around like Christmas time and stuff like that. But
Nice.
yeah, so but I had dinner over there, which was awesome, and then went over to my brother and sister-in-law's house, and we played some games there. And
hey, speaking of games, so I went to Target with the kids, and I saw Throw Burrito for the first time.
Ew.
And I saw that these burritos, like they had like little cartoon, like cute faces. I'm like, This is why. I'm like, I will buy this just for this.
Let me tell you what, though. If you like that game just the way that looks, you would love the deluxe version of it, where they are giant blow-up burritos. Like, they're huge, and you throw them at each other. They also have the expansion they just added called Throw Avocado, where it's an avocado, yeah.
Peel the avocado.
Guacamole, guacamole. But yeah, Did not play that, although they have that game. But we actually played some more Rummikub, which I actually really like that game.
Nice.
Although I miss me some Exploding Kittens. So we
It is a classic. Oh, that reminds me, Mark. We had Did I tell you we had company over last Saturday and we played Exploding Kittens?
No, but you're telling me now.
Yes. And I totally stacked the deck wrong.
Ooh.
So
did you put extra Exploding Kittens in there?
I didn't put enough. So there was a streaking kitten in there. So when you do a streaking kitten, you have to have the same amount of kittens for everybody that's in the group. And I, for some reason, missed that explanation. And so we got to the end of the game. It was me, Mindy, the kids, and a couple that came to visit and hang out with us. And we got to the end. They were the only two left. And the one girl, she had the kitten in her hand with the streaking kitten. He didn't have anything, and they just kept grabbing cards until they ran out of cards to grab. And we were like, what do we do from here? And so I consulted the directions, and it said, when you use a streaking kitten, you have to have the same amount of exploding kittens. And so it was a draw, and they just called it a tie. It was very anticlimactic.
Dang, yeah.
But it was still fun.
Yeah, we've had that before where we've called it a tie.
Yeah.
Because something happened that was messed up. I want to get the they actually have...
They have a new expansion, right?
Yeah, they have basically all of the expansions in one big box. And it's called Exploding Kittens Recipe for Disaster, or Recipes for Disaster. And they actually have new game types that they've added to it, where you can speed up the game or add different elements to change things up. So I kind of want to get that.
For sure.
But we went over to my brother and sister-in-law's house, played games, had some cake, which I have not had in quite some time, and
that was glorious,
scrumptious as all get out, and it was one of my.
You're like, where have you been all my life?
Yeah, it's like
you were closing your eyes, putting your head back.
All you can hear is what is that Kenny G song?
Well, that's Careless Whisper.
Yeah, Careless Whisper.
That's George Michael.
George Michael. Sorry.
Yeah.
Good
you're
call.
Thinking Kenny G.
Oh yeah. Either one works.
Either one works.
It goes with cake when it's really good. Yeah.
Yes.
You just pick which one.
But yeah, I was like, why can't you be healthy? Why can't cake be healthy? But yeah, it was fantastic, and it was my favorite cake. It's weird. My favorite cake is a So Lucas, basically, you know what Kroger is, right?
Yes.
Do they have Kroger?
I did live in the U.S. for.
Pat?
I did live in the U.S. for many years before coming to Brazil.
Yeah.
They have it in Ohio. They have it in West Virginia and Ohio.
Nice.
And Pennsylvania. The tri-state area has Kroger.
Well, obviously they have it in Virginia, and
They do.
They don't have it in the Northeast, though. I had never heard of Kroger before coming down here.
What do they have, like Super Giants or Publix?
Nope. Super Giants.
I don't know.
Giant
King
Eagle?
Supers?
Nope. The store to go to. Well, there's technically 3. No, 4.
This is back in the day though. This is not current, correct?
Yeah, this is back in the day and current.
IGA.
Oh, okay.
So there's 4 big restaurants in the not restaurants, grocery stores.
Wait, are we talking grocery stores or restaurants?
Yeah, we're talking grocery stores.
Okay,
grocery stores
sure.
in the New England area. There is Hannaford's. There is
no idea.
There is Stop and Shop.
Sounds like a gas station.
Well, it's not.
I mean, who goes and shops? Like you shop and you don't ever you just keep walking.
I would look at that sign like,
how does that work?
Don't tell me what to do.
Don't tell me to stop. I'll do what I want. I'm an adult.
And then they'll be like, fine, you don't shop here then.
I'm going to Hanover's, whatever they want.
That's right.
Hannaford's.
Yeah, Hanover.
Hanover.
Hand over what? Hand over my products. I need to, I'm done.
I'll tell you what to do.
So there's two. Then
That's
the third
two.
one is Shaw's. And then
Like Deckard Shaw?
yes, absolutely.
Yes.
Nice.
Yes, Jason
People-
Statham is like right
People
there,
trying to kill you all
too.
the time while you're shopping. You're like running around.
Exciting.
Yeah.
Going to the grocery store. You kids want to come? No, Dad.
No, they're
The
trying to
bald
kill
man's
us.
gonna get us. And then the fourth one is Market Basket.
That is lame.
Yeah.
These are all made up names. These are not true. This is like Doctor Strange, Spider-Man, and Market Basket.
I'll be sending them to you in the,
That's good.
which is fantastic being in the Northeast because it's
Hey, I'm
called,
going.
it's
I'm
called
going
Market,
shopping at.
Market
I'm going.
Basket.
I'm going shopping at Grocery Cart.
Oh, yeah. How do they say it? Do they say the Market Basket?
And
Market Basket.
Market Basket.
Yeah, Hanover's in Market Basket. Market Basket.
Don't make fun of my people.
What is happening?
You need to
It's
go to
like
the
we want-
Northeast.
How do you just like they just like threw a dartboard? Like, all right,
I would
that's
be so
market.
redneck.
We need,
I'd be
we
like-
need two words.
I'm like,
Basket.
where's your Walmart? I don't want this Market Basket.
Right down the
I just
street
want-
from
Market
Basket.
want
Basket sounds
Walmart.
like the dollar store.
You mark it in your basket. It's that easy.
Oh man, that's funny.
I'm sure
Wow.
it is.
Yep, I agree. It
I
is
laughed.
fun.
I laughed.
I laughed a lot.
So anyways, back to my favorite cake.
Oh yeah, dang.
Oh, I thought we were top 5 grocery chains.
Yep.
That's the YouTube
That's my top
video he loves.
No, my favorite
Favorite
cake,
cake.
from Kroger is a caramel frosted cake. It's
Okay.
really, really
That
good.
sounds good.
Back
I'd
when
eat
I
that.
was an eligible bachelor, I was living with my two buddies. Whenever we had a birthday come up, we'd always get that particular cake. And so not only is it my favorite cake, it's a cake that has memories attached to it because one of my friends that I lived with, he passed away.
Yeah,
So
James.
yeah, anytime I
Now this is a Kroger cake specific. That's where
Yes.
this Kroger talk was when you asked me if I
Yes.
knew if Kroger existed.
yes, welcome back.
I'll tell you what.
That's-
Hold on. We need to take another
Finally
side
made the connection.
side note here.
Okay.
I love the term eligible bachelor. I love that term. It always reminds me of like people like going up on stage and people bidding for a date. That's what I think of when
Like
I
at a Groundhog Day.
Yes. Next up, this eligible bachelor.
Bachelor number 1.
Yes, that's what I think of. I love it.
But yeah, so obviously we had that cake. It was awesome. Loved it. Got some button-up shirts, some nice plaid button-up shirts from my mother and father-in-law, and a $25 gift card.
Woo.
So that's nice, real nice.
It's nice.
And
Nice
then
gift cards.
later that evening, of course, I had my birthday party stream.
Mm-hmm.
So had our good buddy Ryan Straube there. He was playing some Splitgate with me for a while. Man, I'm loving the mess out of Splitgate right now, especially the game types. So if you've ever played Call of Duty, there is a particular game type called Kill Confirmed, where basically it's not just like a deathmatch thing where you just kill people and you get to a certain number and that's it. No, you basically with Kill Confirmed, you have to, because it's Call of Duty and it's army type of stuff, you're picking up, when you kill an enemy, you have to pick up their dog tags, and that's what basically gets you the point. That's how you get the kill count. Well, in this version, it's called Teabag Confirmed.
Oh, gosh.
What?
Yeah. and so
I feel like I'm in college all over again.
No way. That's not you serious?
yeah, I'm serious. And
This
so
is definitely after hours talk right here.
if
After hours.
Not what I thought you were gonna say. Ever.
and so if you don't know what teabagging is,
Just,
don't look it
I'm
up.
not telling you. I feel like this is like
Don't look it up.
we're having
Google
we're having the talk. We're having the talk with our joiners.
I'll give you
All right.
I'll give you an abbreviated version.
I'm interested to hear how this is going to go.
I'm so interested.
No. I'm not saying now. I'm saying you just ask me on Discord or something, and I'll give you an abbreviated version.
Do not Google it.
Do not Google it whatsoever.
Do not let your kids Google it.
Oh, goodness gracious.
So
I can't believe that is the name of it. My gosh.
And so, obviously, like I explained, kill confirmed, you have to, in order to get the kill to count.
That's one way to do it.
That is amazing.
And there's other different game types. Like there's big head snipers where, it's like those, if you remember GoldenEye, there's like that cheat mode where I think it's like NBA Jam where all the heads
big
are
head
huge. It's like that. And everybody has snipers. And there's several other different game modes that are a lot of fun. So I had a great time with Ryan, and then once he had to jump off, switched over to the old Apex with Pat and Justin. Had some people in the chat hanging out and wishing me a happy birthday. So it was definitely a lot of fun. And I think that's about. Well, no, actually, that's not it. On the gaming
this just
side,
in, folks. We have this just in from Marc.
So in addition to,
extra, read all about it.
Whoa, you just took a step back into the news.
See here, we got the news here.
We were like,
we got the scoop for you. So in addition to Splitgate and Apex, I also played a game called 12 Minutes. And
Patrick's face.
I don't know if you heard me last week. I think I said I played 12 minutes and then went on to the next game. Yeah. I didn't even want to talk about it.
It took me a little longer than 12 minutes to realize that I don't like that game.
It's fair.
I was listening to the Married to the Games podcast for this past week. And Chris said it best when he said that the game is cumbersome.
Yeah.
There was the whole time loop thing and having to do things over and over again to get a certain result. And it was just really clunky in some spots. And I really wasn't that invested in the story. And like after 20, 30 minutes, I was like, nope, I hate this. So
all right,
I'm done.
Yeah, I mean, that's totally fine. The ending, the story was like, the journey was interesting, but the ending was not at all.
Yeah.
And I should have stopped before I got to the end. I might have given it a higher rating, but the ending was terrible. And like you said, it's I don't know, it's a point and click adventure.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
And that was the lame thing too, is like I felt like I was going to be able to, actually control the character and go around it. No, stupid point and click. Like I'm playing a console
Hey,
game.
whoa. No need to demean point and clicks. They're not.
This game looked like it was not built for a point and click.
Yeah.
It just like I understand point and click adventures. Yeah. And if they're built for it, then it's totally fine. But this one, it just felt like it was the wrong game mechanic, like very wrong.
Yep. And the voice acting was okay. I mean, there were points where it was stupid, but yeah, like Daisy Ridley, James McAvoy, and
Phoned it in.
Open the door. This is the police.
You hear that like 35 times.
Yeah. But overall, yeah, it's a major pass for me with that game.
So it's disappointing, Looking to 2 years ago when they did the trailer for it, I was like, that sounds really, really cool. Execution, not so much, unfortunately.
That's unfortunate.
It is unfortunate.
Good thing it was free on Game Pass.
Exactly. It was free on Game Pass. That's why I have Game Pass, so I can play games like that and not feel bad that I don't like it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So many games out there.
No doubt. Mm-hmm. Now, Marc, I have to ask. Do you have any other games you were gonna?
Nope, that was it for the game block. I've got Psychonauts 2 downloaded. I haven't played the first Psychonauts, So
Is that one on Game Pass too?
It
is.
is.
Also?
Yep.
Yeah. Cool.
So I think I'm just gonna watch like a quick recap video of Psychonauts 1.
Yeah, I think they do a recap video at
Do
the
they?
beginning of Psychonauts 2.
Okay.
I think they do.
I would think they'd have to. Like
Yeah.
The
that
game came out
that-
like 20 years ago, maybe?
Yeah, there's no way they can expect people to, okay, we're just going to jump right in. You're going to know what happened 20 years ago.
Yeah.
No, that's not how it works.
Right.
So that's good that they did a recap on
I
it.
think they do.
Cool.
Yeah, so just jump right in, Mark. Sounds like they got a recap.
Cool. Well, I think that's next on the list.
Nice.
So any chance you didn't delete Hades and you're still going to give it a little go with God mode on?
It is still on the console.
You know what you need is the Jared Orr coach special.
I mean, that's another option, but he'll make you play not on God mode. And I really think you need to play on
he's
God
a tough
mode.
teacher.
I think it's so funny that they hate on God mode, but it doesn't change anything else about the game. It just lessens a little bit of the smacks
It
from
makes
the
it
bad
more
guys.
accessible.
It makes it more accessible. Everything else is the same. It's not like it changes a whole bunch. I mean, I want to play it on man mode someday, but for now, I'm enjoying God mode. Like, you know, I didn't mention anything about it in my update or even in Patrick's because, you know, we got lots of things to talk about. But I'm just going to say it right now that Hades is also in my top 3, and also I cannot stop playing it. I'm still working on the platinum. I'm not in a hurry. I'm raising all the heats. Today I played on extreme measures where you play a remix of all the bosses, and I did the final boss, and it was nuts. It was fun. I got within an inch of my life the 2 times I did it, but I still came out on top, and it made me laugh. It made me like squirm because it was just like, oh my gosh, am I gonna die? My son was watching me the second time. He's like, Dad, you're gonna die. I'm like, no, I'm
Thanks
not.
for the confidence, son.
Thanks. That's pretty much what I said. I'm like, thanks for the encouragement. But man, yeah, just Hades is so good. I can't wait. Patrick and I did the spoiler cast last week of the gameplay. We're gonna do the spoiler cast of the story this upcoming week, and we're gonna have a guest with us, none other than your competitive platinum buddy.
It's like
Jared Orr.
Yeah, it's a competition for me. To him, I have no chance. It's not a competition
run
for
your
him.
money. It was all good. Yeah.
There's no rivalry there for him.
But yeah, I hope Mark, you can try it with the God mode on and just little G God mode and just try to maybe get a little more into the story. And I know it's repetitive, but it's at the same time, if you can get past, like, if you can get further in the game and make some progress in like the areas, I think it lessens the feeling of, I got to do this all over again.
Yeah,
there's a lot more story.
I haven't given up on it. I just need to be in a certain mood to try to go for it again.
Oh,
I got you.
But yeah, that is it for me. I think our discussion on Northeastern grocery store chains was sufficient enough for a topic.
That works.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that concludes our plan B, and as is tradition, as we've come to the end, some quick housekeeping, of course, where we offer towels, fluff some pillows topped with Andy's candies, and tip you off to the GMG news you need to know. In the realm of streaming, of course, the GMG stream team is continuing to offer content and conversation Sunday through Saturday, so feel free to join us. You can join Marc on Saturday nights, the occasional bonus stream where he's usually playing a multiplayer game like Splitgate, Fortnite, and Apex. Chris, the Canadian Rock, is pretty much on every morning, 4 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, except Fridays. And he's currently playing our current GMG VGBC game, Days Gone, which I finally downloaded today, so I'll be starting that soon. And then he and I and a friend of ours in Louisiana, prayers going out to the folks of Louisiana in the South where they're getting hit by a hurricane. But we're playing with a guy named Blaze who lives down there, playing Borderlands 2. And then, of course, I'm streaming Hades. And then we'll eventually get to Avengers, Baby Platts, Ghost of Tsushima, all that good stuff. But feel free to find us on twitch.tv. We'd love to hang out with you. And then if you're not into streaming, of course, you'd rather tweet on Twitter, have discourse on Discord. We want to hang out with you, So we invite you to click on the little links in the show notes. You can join us there. If you'd like to give us a review on Apple Podcast and Podchaser, that would be fantastic. Helps us reach new joiners. And you can give us stars, exclamation marks, an encouraging word, and just let your voice be heard. And speaking of voice should be heard, we are continuing to unveil our GMG MAST 100 list, or the Good Morning Guys Music and Songs Top 100 list, where we share our nominations for our favorite songs until we lead up to the big episode when we unveil our top 100. So who wants to share their song first?
I'll go first. Yeah,
Go
sure.
for it.
I'm going to go with Carl Douglas's Kung Fu Fighting.
All right, yeah. So obviously, Carl Douglas's Kung Fu Fighting was actually originally meant to be a B-side to a completely different song. Carl Douglas was actually hired by this other guy. Is supposed to be a B-side to "I Want to Give You My Everything," which I have never heard. So that tells you what happened with that song.
That sounds like a Kenny G song as well.
Yep.
An 80s tune.
That's fair. The producer originally hired Carl Douglas to sing the song, but also needed something to record for the B-side, because obviously back in the day, they sold records and there was an A-side and a B-side. And so they asked Carl Douglas if he had any lyrics that they could use. And the lyrics that he had happened to be the lyrics for Kung Fu Fighting. They spent over 2 hours recording the A-side, and then they took a break, and then Kung Fu Fighting was recorded quickly in the last 10 minutes of the studio time. It only took them 2 takes to record it.
Wow.
Nice.
And the rest
Impressive.
is history.
Yep. Pretty much.
I think that song is the song that is sang most in our household on a daily basis. I think I just walk around and I'm just like ho 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 ho.
I think
Sounds
that
like Santa Claus when you do that.
Yeah.
Ho 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 ho.
Ho ho ho! Everybody was kung fu fighting. I sound like I'm the Mandarin. You'll never.
You sound so sad.
okay.
Alrighty then. Okay, ready for mine?
Yes.
It's gonna be the Fugees, "Killing Me Softly."
Bang, bang, bang,
pain
bang.
with his fingers.
Nice.
One time.
Two
Two
times.
times. So it's a cover of obviously the Roberta Flack song from the 1970s, and that was recorded for the Fugees album "The Score," which the song went three times platinum in America, and it also won a Grammy in 1997 for Best R&B Performance.
You never gave the accolades for Kung Fu Fighting.
Because I didn't find them.
I'm
sure there are accolades, but yeah. So this version actually samples another song from a group called A Tribe Called Quest. Have you ever heard of them?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The interesting title for the song. The song is called Bonita Applebum.
Okay.
Yeah, that dang 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 dang. That's the sample that they used.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Mm-hmm.
And yeah, so
There you go.
obviously a great song, great pick.
Yep. Thank you.
My
That's a good one.
pick is the Beatles' Eleanor Rigby, which you will hear.
I
You will
love that
hear
song.
several Beatles artists for me at least.
What a story it tells. That
Yes,
song. Or
yes.
stories, I guess.
Intertwined story, or they end up being intertwined in an unfortunate way towards the end. But
Yep.
So obviously the song is focused on lonely people. That's kind of the tag of the chorus.
Yep.
And basically it was a single off of 1967's album Revolver. Kind of pushed a continuation that the Beatles were having with an experimentation with other styles than just pop or rock music. Their producer George Martin, who worked on pretty much all their stuff.
And Game of Thrones as well.
Not George R.R. Martin.
Railroad Martin.
No, that was later when he got his degree in railroads. He became George Railroad Martin. Got his doctorate in trades. Choo choo.
It's like people who get their medical degree. They're the doctor, and he's the railroad. Is that how that works? He went
Sure.
to eight
That's
years?
how it works.
It is now.
Right.
Yeah.
Nice. I did not know that. Man, what am I doing with my life?
Yeah, you need to become a railroad. Patrick Railroad Novacell. That's how it works.
But no,
You put RR in your middle of your middle initials.
The British producer George Martin, who is not George R.R. Martin, who produced pretty much all of the Beatles' music. He's the one that created the string quartet that's in Eleanor Rigby. Very, very, very nice. Originally, the main character's name was originally going to be called Miss Daisy Hawkins, which I'm glad Eleanor Rigby was chosen over that, because that just sounds better.
We got against Hawkins. Sadie Hawkins dance in my khaki pants. It's nothing better.
But no, I have nothing against any sort of Hawkins. But
Yeah. What if we
Eleanor
got a listener
Rigby
named
just fits.
Hawkins? You just made him cry.
Well, I guess we've lost them. Sorry.
Your name's worthless. Get out of here. If you don't have an RR in it,
You're
it's
done.
no good.
You're done.
You're done. You're no good for show business.
No, it just doesn't fit in the context of the song. But it was soon changed to Eleanor Rigby, basically a combination of an actress that the Beatles had worked with in their movie Help, based on their song Help, and a department store in Britain with the name Rigby in the name. So, combined it together, Eleanor Rigby.
There you
Beautiful
go.
song. There you go.
You don't think it could have been? Was it Daisy Hawkins?
Miss Daisy Hawkins.
Miss Daisy Hawkins.
No.
Walked into church with a sign.
Yeah, no, I think that's too bright of a name for that.
Yeah, you're
that-
probably right. Now I heard myself
depressing of
singing
a
it,
song.
and I was like, oh, that doesn't. Daisy Hawkins sounds like a happy person. All the happy people, where do they all come from?
Yes. But that's it. That is it for me.
Did Ronnie have a song?
Oh, yep, you're right. You're right.
Wow.
You're right. Yep. That's what happens when you're not here, Ronnie.
Is it some kind of square dancing song?
Cotton Eye Joe.
Yeah, oh, yes, that should be that's like the default. We have a listed default if you miss. You don't come. You don't come.
Ronnie's pick, Baby Shark.
Yeah.
No. What have you done?
All right, let's hear it.
Ooh,
What's Ronnie's pick? I'm excited.
So his pick is the Talking Heads' Psycho Killer. If you've ever heard of that. Psycho
Okay, sing it
Killer.
for me.
Qu'est-ce que c'est? Ba 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 ba.
Good one.
It was recorded for their album Talking Heads 77, which was the year it was recorded. The song was composed near the beginning of the band's career, and kind of sort of prototype versions were performed on stage as early as December 1975. And when it was finally completed and released as a single, unfortunately, the song Psycho Killer instantly became associated in pop culture with the Son of Sam serial killings, if you're familiar with that at all, in the 70s. It was a series of killings in the summer of 77. I think it was 77. So they kind of became hand in hand, even though the band says it had absolutely no ties to that particular series of mass murders. Yeah, obviously, take a listen to that song. It tells the story of a, obviously, psycho killer. But But yeah, that is his pick.
Sweet.
Cool.
All right. Good stuff. All righty then. Pat, Mark, and the spirit of Ronnie J, along with you, our beloved friends, family, and joiners, go get your good morning this week. And may God bless and guide your lives as you live, as you work, and as you game.